A Detroit cop has been charged for beating up a bouncer. Okay, let's go to the screenshots first. And this is such an extreme action. I mean, this guy, this cop was literally beating the bouncer. The bouncer was not resisting, not putting up a fight. He literally said, I was doing everything to make sure no one could say I ever resisted anything. That cop has now been charged with a crime. Let's go to DeAndre Williams, the Detroit cop. Put it up full mass. He's the police. He was involved in a brutal attack of a bouncer caught on video. He has been charged. It only took the department a year and a half later. Williams was arraigned last Thursday, finally charged officially with assault and battery. Michael Kennebrew is the man that was physically assaulted in the video. It happened at a Detroit bar during a routine liquor license inspection. That's when this happened. Liquor license inspection. This was April 28th, 2022. Kennebrew, the bouncer, was initially arrested, jailed for 3 days, as the Detroit Police Department sought charges of assaulting an officer. However, charges didn't stick. That means that when people looked at it, they said, well, how the hell are you going to charge him with anything? You can't. Let me give you background on the attack. In the video, the bouncer, Mr. Kennebrew, says this female officer asked if he was armed. He said, no. She then tries to grab him, and Kennebrew, he pulls away. Like, why are you grabbing me? So he pulls away from the officer. That set off the officer next to her. Oh, I got to beat up a man now because he pulled away from an officer who had no damn right to physically assault him. Unwanted contact is called battery. That set the officer off, who decided to pounce on Mr. Kennebrew, punching him repeatedly. When I say brutal, it was brutal. Kennebrew says he was, quote, careful not to resist and careful not to defend himself. And I got to say this, Kennebrew could have kicked that cop's ass. Kennebrew is like 3 times this cop's size, okay? He never resisted. The man did not even defend himself. He allowed this cop, who was, I don't know, showing out in front of his other officers, he allowed this cop to assault him. Put up those pictures. In the statement to Fox 2 Detroit, the bouncer said, quote, I mean, you kind of feel like your hands are tied. And it's a little demoralizing, just as a person in general, to go through something like that. Another officer had a taser that was in front of me coming towards my face area. So I didn't want to make any moves. So I just rolled it out until it was over. He let this man just pounce on him and pounce on him. No defense, no nothing. He had done nothing wrong. He could have defended himself. He let it ride. There's more. Let's put him up. Chief of police, buck stops with him. So the Detroit police, alongside Detroit Police Chief James E. White, released a statement saying, quote, the DPD expects and requires the highest level of professionalism from its members. Officer Williams' actions on April 28th, 2022 violated DPD's use of force policy as well as our values. There you go, Chief. Once again, only took you a year and a half to figure that out. Swift justice has its place. I will also say this, there's another underlying issue here that may seem minor, but it's part of the culture. What started this? Another officer tried to illegally grab and search Mr. Kennebrew. He pulls back because he has the legal right not to agree to an illegal search. It's codified in your Constitution, Sixth Amendment, et cetera. So that sets the other officer off. Well, why are your cops breaking constitutional mandates in the first place? Naturally, what the second cop did is much more egregious based on statute and impact, adverse impact. But what the first officer did was also a constitutional violation that was cause and effect to the second action of the cop. My point is this. How many times has an officer arrested somebody for something big and decided to charge them with everything? Not turning on the traffic signal, not stopping at the stop sign, and they committed vehicular homicide. Okay, they charge you with everything. And they allow the prosecutor to do the rest. They can drop, they can add. But in this case, there's no mention of the first action of the officer who decided to violate the bouncer's constitutional rights, which led to the additional actions you saw that were wholly egregious. This is a cultural issue that has to be addressed. We cannot simply look away from the reality of the culture that permeates inside of policing, because there are good cops, obviously. We go after bad cops only. But the culture of policing is defined by the bad cops who make the headlines. All right, Rickey, thoughts here.
Hey, Dr. Richey, again, you are on point for calling out, talking about the culture of policing. And one of the things within the culture is a lot of times I've seen a lot of videos where police officers talk to adults like they are kids. Like you're telling your 3-year-old, come here, and you're dealing with adults. And when you put your hands on somebody, now I'm not mistaken, I'm not a lawyer or anything like that, but if you put your hands on someone, that means that they are under arrest.
Yeah.
If they are under arrest, Dr. Richey, you're supposed to let them know that they are under arrest,
yeah.
or they are being detained. But to put your hands on somebody and then them to snatch away, that's what any adult would do if anybody put their hands on them, and that don't give you the authority to put your hands on people or whatever, because he was not under arrest. So,
right.
And stuff like this need to be called out and need to be seen, because it escalates all situations. And if the police officer's job is to de-escalate, putting your hands on someone, a grown man that's in uniform and at work is not de-escalating anything, it's escalating. And
right.
It should be some accountability and some punishment. It just need to learn how to de-escalate.
Yep,
period.
that's right. And when you think about, once again, this was over a routine liquor license check, has nothing to do with the bouncer. That has everything to do with the owner, not the bouncer. This is a paperwork check situation. It ended up in a physical assault against a citizen, and now a cop has been charged with criminal offenses.